Yo, what is happening, guys? Welcome back to the Lifestyle Finance Challenge. You tell by title on the thumbnail. Today we will be talking about the matchup between Salt, Papi and King Kenny that just happened on the Qatar card, the Gib versus Slim. I've already made you've probably already seen it. I've made a video talking about the entire card, but I'm going to make videos separate talking about the Gib versus Slim. This one talking about King Kenny and Salt Papi, talking about the Wade return, talking about all the things, really, all the big things that happened on this card are going to get their separate videos, but I've also made a video on the entire card all together as well, just so I cover every point. But today, Salt Papi, King Kenny. What a fight. We didn't know what type of King Kenny we were going to get. We knew Salt Papi was coming off the loss of Slim. And he wanted to redeem that. You know, he lost to Slim. He's dominated others. And we wanted to know, are we going to get the same Salt Papi? Because he had a couple wins leading up to this. But when he fought an opponent at the top level in Slim, he lost. He just came up a little bit short. So when he fights King Kenny, who is another high up there, top level, credible opponent, is he going to fumble it again, or is he going to come out on top? And we got our answer. We didn't know what King Kenny we were going to get. We didn't know if we were going to get the passive King Kenny who jabs and doesn't use the right, or he was going to throw the right hand and he was going to be the kingpin King Kenny, which is against Wenderson Nunes, where he just went off. He used his hands, he let them go, and he was aggressive. And you know what? We got a King Kenny who was game. We got a King Kenny that used his job well. We got a King Kenny that came forward and actually let the right hand go and had intent of winning this fight. But we also got a Salt Papi who's on a redemption arc, who said, nah, not again. Slim caught me with that right. You ain't catching me with the right. You ain't catching me with the right, Kenny. I'm turning this shit around. That's exactly what happened. This was a great fight. This was the fight that could have stolen the spotlight away from Gib and Slim, possibly, depending on how that went. There's a reason this was the co-main event. It deserved its own actual main event as well. Salt Papi, King Kenny, two big fucking beasts in the YouTube boxing scene from the very beginning. And the result was something I didn't expect. I predicted Salt Papi to win, but I predicted Salt Papi to win by split decision. A close decision, and that's not what happened. King Kenny had his points, King Kenny had his times, but Salt Papi was just too quick at points for King Kenny, and he was just landing, he was landing clean shots on him. And the one that caught him was when King Kenny and Face Sensei, you know what, I didn't even see his videos on this fight until after the fight, and I realized that this motherfucker predicted it. He talked about how King Kenny always extends his jab and puts his hand round the back of your head to basically push your head down and then uppercut you. And it's a dirty tactic. You can't really be doing it, but King Kenny kind of gets away with it because he does it smartly. And Face Sensei said that King Kenny done this countless times to him, so this is how you beat him. And he literally turned around and said when he does that, he opens himself up that if he doesn't hook you, you can hit him with the left hook. And that's exactly what Salt Papi hit him with. I thought it was alright. But as King Kenny came in, King Kenny stepped forward. Salt Papi came with the left hook, bang on the chin. And I think the thing that made it worse was it wasn't just clean on the chin. It was coming downwards. So it was coming down heavy on the chin at an angle. Bang across the chin. And King Kenny fell into those ropes. And I know he's trying to make his case that it was probably stopped too early or whatever like that. But King Kenny was doing the Harlem Shake on that floor. He was holding the ring ropes at one point. He got up and started swinging. Then he tried to get up here and started swinging. This man looked like the inflatable man outside a car wash or a car fucking dealership in the USA. America, baby. He was doing the Harlem Shake. He was jiggling those hips. That's what he was doing. He was knocked out. He was unconscious. He was knocked out on his feet. He was lying there, and his eyes bulged open. You could see he was not with us. So even when he stood up, he wobbled back and forth. He was seeing 5 referees. That's what he was saying. And you know what? Maybe if you give him a little bit of time, maybe he could have continued. But I think it was a good stoppage because at the end of the day, that left hook, bang on the chin, is going to put anyone down. Especially if we've seen that Salt Papi has that knockout power. And he just so happened, King Kenny, unfortunately for him, stepped forward at the wrong time. made this wrong mistake of doing that and trying to pressure Salt Papi when Salt Papi, you know, the left hand, the left hook was lit there, and he got caught. It happens. But he just got caught with a good shot. There was one thing though, King Kenny was trying to claim that there was an elbow in there. I'm gonna have to watch it back and look. But I don't think there was an elbow in there. I think it was simply he hit him with a left clean. Maybe his elbow maybe hit him after, but it was the punch clean and bang on the chin at a slightly downwards angle. That is the one that stopped. And then a right hand came right over and I believe it just missed. But I'm going to have to investigate it and see if there was an elbow. I don't believe there was, but we're going to have to see. But either way, Salt Papi came in and Salt Papi said at the weigh-in exactly what he's going to do. He said, I'm going to ruin this man's dreams. He avoided eye contact with King Kenny the entire time. And a lot of people were kind of just like, why is he not looking at King Kenny's eyes? Is Salt Papi nervous? Does he doubt himself? Why is he not doing that? And then he just turned around and said, I'm going to make sure I ruin this man's dreams. I'm going to stop them. Because his dreams are to beat me. And that ain't happening. And that's exactly what he done. He stopped King Kenny. I did not think we were going to see that. But you know what? After redeeming himself, after the loss to Raksu, going in, dominating his fights in Kingpin, especially the Wonderson Nunes fight, and continuing to have great performances, Salt Papi put an end to that run of King Kenny, but it had to be one of them. It had to be one of them. And you know what? There was a lot of negotiations with this fight. Salt Papi won 5 rounds, King Kenny wanted 6. Apparently Salt Papi's contract said 5, King Kenny's contract said 6. They had different contracts. It's very confusing. But Salt Papi, you know, he wanted 5. It ended up being 6, but he even said, hey, I asked for 5, but I only needed 3. And he stopped him. That was one hell of a fight. That's a fight I would love to see again. Because it's a fight that if Salt Papi didn't catch King Kenny when he did, and it continued on, would Salt have caught him eventually? Would King Kenny have caught Salt? Or would it have just went to decision? That's the big thing, is one punch can change everything. We've acknowledged this. You could be winning a fight, it could be a 12-round fight, and you could be winning 10 rounds to nothing. But if they catch you with one clean punch and knock you out, they've won that fight. So, Salt Papi proved right there, one punch changed everything. He was holding his own, he was doing his bit, and you know, it was a great fight. But he showed the King Kenny, hey, you overextended too much and I was ready for it. You were going to do the same dirty tactic and I was ready for it. You wanted to be cocky, say that we weren't on the same thing, call me a pussy. And I was ready for it, waiting with this, and that's exactly what I did. So, Salt Papi 100% deserves it. Obviously, I want to see King Kenny back. I would love to see King Kenny get the rematch at some point. But because Salt Papi said he wants the winner of Slim and Gib, if Salt and Gib box, I wouldn't mind seeing King Kenny to warm up a little bit. Slim, King Kenny Slim, because they both lost their matchups. I think that's a good fight. You got Salt Gib on the other end. You know, he could just rematch Salt instantly if Gib's going to take time off. Salt also wants the rematch with Slim. You know, I believe that there's a lot of matchups out there, a lot of good matchups for King Kenny to kind of redeem this loss here. But I know he definitely will want that rematch with Salt Papi. Who knows what Salt Papi's got next? As I said, Gibbs probably going to take time off, so it's probably they're going to be a rematch with Slim or a rematch with King Kenny is the 2 steps up next. But all due respect, shout out to Salt Papi, man. He absolutely killed that. I forgot that Salt Papi had bombs. I forgot about that shit. I did. And I don't know how. I think it's just because King Kenny, as I said, has the best job in the YouTube boxing scene. And the past couple performances, he's been on people's ass. And I didn't think that he was going to step in and get knocked out like that. Especially knocked out on his feet. Because that motherfucker was in a different dimension. And Salt Papi did it. Salt Papi put him in a simulation for a couple seconds. So, who knows what's next for either man? Who knows whether it's going to be a rematch, a step up in competition, or whether they're going to fight outside the realm. All due time will give us the answers, but I want to hear your opinions down below. What do you think would have happened if the fight continued? Do you think Salt catches him anyway? Do you think Kenny catches Salt? Do you think it goes to decision? Let me know all your opinions below. Do you think it was an early stoppage? Because I know some people do believe that King Kenny should have been able to continue on. I think it was a first stoppage. He was definitely out on his feet. and I don't think it would have been safe to continue. Maybe he would have recovered, but I don't think it's worth the risk. But y'all let me know in the comments below y'all opinions. But hey, for now, this is another video. Hope y'all having a good day. Hope y'all are staying safe. And I hope y'all are feeling positive. But without further ado, this is another one. I'll see you in the next one. So, peace.